Bazooka Vespa. Okay, let's do Bazooka Vespa.
Today we're talking about the deadliest moped of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, France's Vespa 150 Tap, aka
Look
the
at it.
Bazooka Vespa. Yeah, this is a
beautiful.
French design. It's not even American. But I'm going to do a video on
The
it
French did this? Really? I'm gonna like this before I forget.
anyways because game recognized
Sounds fun for the Vespa. Yeah.
game. I mean, look at the quality of grunts and crafts they got going on over there. I'm not
Hey
even
Rusty, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day.
sure where to start. First of all, despite the name, that's not actually a bazooka. That's a 75mm anti-tank recoilless rifle.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you ever heard of
Whoa.
Uber Eats? This is Uber Retreats. They literally
Yeah.
just slapped an anti-tank cannon onto a moped and called it good. I mean, the dude
course
driving
they
the
did.
thing literally has to sit on top of the barrel, which I think
Oh my
might actually
God.
make this the world's first crotch rocket. I'm not really sure. But there's
I
one
was gonna say about the freaking. Oh my gosh, a crotch rocket. Holy shit. Could I make a bazooka e-bike? You could try. I don't know if the ATF would let you, but it might be. I think you could beat level 4 plates. Go for it.
thing I am
guess.
sure of, and that's this thing is
Be
definitely...
careful though.
I mean, the dude driving the thing literally has to sit on top of the barrel, which I think might actually make this the world's first crotch rocket. I'm not really sure. But there's one thing I am sure of, and that's this thing is definitely in the running for the weirdest military motorcycle of all time. I mean, it's got to be
That's fair,
between
yeah.
this and the Kettenrad, that time during World War II when the
What?
Germans wanted to make a half tank, half motorcycle. You know,
What
for
the
all those
hell?
situations where you've thought to yourself, man, I wish I had a vehicle that had all the mobility of a tank and all the safety features of a motorcycle. What a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Dumb. I mean, let's be honest, the only reason they ever built that was to show off their engineering prowess. And I will give it to them, the Germans can engineer just about anything, except for a World War win.
I thought he was gonna make a JoJo reference about German engineering. I feel disappointed. ETF? ATF. ATF can try to take it from my cold, dead scratch. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Fell asleep before 8, woke up at 2 and couldn't get back to sleep. Oh, that sounds awful.
This video's getting demonetized. So, this video is brought to you by
that's fine.
Aventon e-bikes. I personally have their Adventure mountain bike, and it's way more
Oh my gosh. We're talking about the e-bikes. Now we can get to hear about the stuff that Spoon hypes up so much.
fun than I ever thought it would be. It can go 45 miles on a single charge, and it can get up to 28 miles an hour without me even having to pedal.
E-bikes,
I'm trying to
let's
tell you,
go.
it's all the childhood fun of riding a bike with none of the exercise, and I still get to let the Amish people know that me
He's too American? Yeah. Oh, he's not going to do anime references, unfortunately? He's too American? Oh well. We'll have to make the anime references for him.
and Nicola are homeboys, which is priceless. So if you're ever in the market for an e-bike, I would recommend Aventon. I'll have them linked in the description down below. Anyways, back to this monstrosity. One
It's
word
beautiful.
comes to mind. Why
ridiculous.
is this a thing? Well, like every great Grunts and Crafts project, there were failures that needed to be addressed. And as a
Oh,
wise
boy.
man would say, failure is a pathway to innovation, which is a politically correct way of me trying to tell you that France got their fucking ass beat by tanks in World War II, and this was their solution. Now, if you don't know,
Yeah.
France has had one of the most dominant military histories of all time. And despite what a lot of people think or say, France actually had a very, very powerful military during
Yeah.
World War II. But what had happened was France was doing the normal, logical, conventional thing at the time by putting all their men evenly along their entire border. And Germany decided to
Boy.
use a new tactic known as the Blitzkrieg, which is basically they utilize their entire
Oh no, that reminds me of there's like a weird Sesame Street parody where it says like B is for Blitzkrieg. It's great. But anime is American. It says as American as fortune cookies are Chinese. I I guess. Yeah,
force to
that's
punch
fair.
through the enemy line in one small spot,
Yeah, because fortune cookies are what? They're from San Francisco, right?
and then just trailblaze a path all the way to the enemy objectives. Here's an animation of what that looks like to give you a better idea. This
Boy.
immediately put the French on their heels, and they were never able to actually recover during World War II, and this is why they ended up surrendering in only like 6 weeks. And because of surrendering in only 6 weeks, this is where all the jokes come from about like France retreating all the time. You know, like, oh, French tanks have 16 gears, 15 in
Giggity.
reverse, and only
Oh.
1 forward, you know, in case the enemy ambushes them from behind. That's where those jokes come from. And as I'm sure you all know, the Allied forces won World War II, and in France was restored. Then in like the 1950s, our military leadership decided, hey, we should probably have a plan in case this ever happens again. Well, the problem with the Blitzkrieg attack is you don't actually know where it's going to take place. So the only way that you could really counter it is to have a very mobile, very fast responding anti-tank force. So they came up with the Bazooka Vespa and gave it to their paratrooper units. Yeah, the paratroopers were literally going to yeet the Vespas out the back of the plane and then yeet themselves out the back of the plane. And then as soon as they landed semi-close to the battlefield, they'd hop on their Vespas, find where the enemy tanks were, and just start yeeting the spicy baguettes at them. I'm just going to level with you. I love it. I think it's a genius idea. Because post-World War II, there was a metric fuck ton of recoilless rifles and ammunition left over, and France had their own factories for manufacturing Vespas, and they were relatively cheap. I mean, this entire setup only cost them $500 at the time. To put that—
Really? Wow. Paratrooper Vespa unit? Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, you joined that? That sounds... Yeah.
into perspective, a German Tiger tank during World War II cost $300,000. So if you got the chance to take out a $300,000 tank with a $500 Vespa, that's worth it. Worth. And it's fucking demoralizing. I mean, let's be honest. In conclusion, at this point in time, I think I've got to give the coolest / weirdest military motorcycle of all time title to the French. And if you could think of something cooler / weirder than this, let me know in the comments down below and I'll look into it. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
I'm curious. I think I saw like some other like war tractor. I need to know. It's so stupid. It might just get us all killed, yeah? I'm gonna try this one though. I'm curious.
Today we're talking about the coolest military vehicle you've probably never even heard of. Ladies and gentlemen, the John Deere War Tractor. But first, a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Anchor Gold, an online subscription service that allows you to invest in real, tangible gold for as little as $30 a month.
Are those buy gold ones? Okay, I'm gonna skip through buy gold.
Grandson of John Deere himself. Down below if you're interested. Back to the video. Okay, so here's the story. In 1940, the great-grandson of John Deere himself would approach the US government with his idea to make a war tractor. That being a relatively cheap, easily mass-producible tank alternative that John Deere could start making right away. And this monstrosity is what they came up with. It is literally a John Deere Model A, probably the most recognizable and iconic tractor of all time, and they up-armored it and slapped two 30 caliber turrets on each side. This is why—
Oh, curious. You heard of this new game called Ratopia? I have not. What is it? I'd like to learn more.
I love American companies during wartime and like World War II. Every company, doesn't matter what they did, they're like, yeah, I can make some weapons, no problem. Planting regular seeds,
I mean,
freedom.
Get that military money. So why not?
Seeds, either way, we're just putting shit in the ground. It's all the same thing, right? I bet the farmer's insurance jingle was way cooler in the 1940s. I can hear it now.
Oh boy.
We are farmers. Alright, so if the war tractor is so awesome, how come you've never actually heard of it before? Well, the military tested 3 different variations, and by the end of the testing, they decided that there's nothing that this tractor can do that a tank can't do better, so they scrapped the whole project. And this is one of the biggest tactical errors the US military has ever made. For one, tanks cost significantly more. And for 2, there's a significantly higher barrier to entry. And what I mean by that is, nobody's joining the military already knowing how to work on and drive a tank. There is a fuck ton of people that join the military already knowing how to drive a tractor and work on tractors because they've been doing it since they were 7. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is Uncle Sam missed out on a golden opportunity to intentionally weaponize farm boys. Okay, I am not a farmer, but I do live in Iowa, so I grew up in a farm community, and I literally married the farmer's daughter. And let me tell you, if there's anything even remotely close to the E4 Mafia in the civilian world, it is a bunch of farmers. They have the same exact MO. They want to get all their work done so they can go drink and have fun. Or as a farmer—
Have you ever heard of the Gustav Cannon? I have not. What is that?
Farmers call it chores. So if the entire front line is full of a bunch of farm kids with tractors covered in machine guns and you're a bad guy, the last thing you want to do is be considered the chores, because you're about to get done up quick. Not only that, but the level of fuckery they get into, it's impressive. Because I'm telling you right now, farmers know how to strategically transfer equipment to an alternate location. And if you don't believe me, make friends with a farmer and have him show you around, go inside of his barn. There's something in there that they have acquired over the years. You go help a farmer with chores one night and then you have a beer afterwards and go out in the barn and bullshit, you'll be like, why is there a 1980s cop car in here? Oh, that
Honestly, that reminds me of my my dude's grandpa has like a lot of vintage cars. It's his hobby. It's a civilization building / survival game. I saw Soma playing it last night, and when I woke up, she was still playing it 10 hours later. Holy shit. I will have to look into that. It was an 8 centimeter or 80 centimeter railway gun? Hmm.
That old thing? Yeah, my
That
dad
sounds
stole
interesting.
that when he was in high school. Fucking excuse me? Your
What?
dad, the guy that's at church right now because it's Wednesday and he goes to church 3 days a week, stole a cop car. Yeah, he was a little bit of a troublemaker when he was a kid. Okay.
Wow.
And the best part about this whole thing is you don't even have to take my word on it. We have current events to show us. I mean, have you seen what's going on in Ukraine lately?
Это, блядь, хит, нахуй, пиздец, пиздили технику, блядь.
Oh no!
Охуеть.
And that's just the metric version doing it with a
Oh my
regular
gosh.
tractor. Imagine what the Americans would be doing with war tractors. In conclusion, not
amazing.
mass producing the John Deere war tractor is one of the greatest tactical
Yes, yes. Go and put it there. I will check it out.
errors America has ever made. Don't mess with farmers. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Oof. What was it called? The Gustav Cannon. Holy shit! Holy shit! That is gigantic! I guess I'll check this one out.
It weighed 1,350 tons. It had a barrel
Holy
that was
shit.
30 meters long, the biggest gun ever. It could
Yeah.
fire a massive shell over 10 scores of miles.
Holy shit!
The Gustav is more than 6
Holy
times heavier
shit.
than the K5. It's over 155 feet long and stands 4 stories tall. It fires a shell weighing 10,500 pounds. And in the spring of 1942, it becomes the biggest artillery piece ever used in combat,
Yes! Yes!
capable of obliterating an enemy fort with just 6 shells.
Holy shit!
In total, it fires 300 rounds during the siege of Sevastopol.
Holy cow.
But for
Holy
all its
shit.
devastating power, this supergun has major drawbacks.
Resist dick jokes. That's fair. That's
It
fair.
had to run on specially
Oh my
constructed
gosh.
railway tracks. So
Yeah.
you might need a couple of thousand men to lay the railway.
Yeah.
You needed several hundred people just to operate this gun.
Yeah.
Not only does it need a crew of 2,000 to make it work,
1,000
it requires
people.
3.5 days to assemble and can
Oh
only
my
fire
gosh.
14 rounds a day.
Whoa. So not a very efficient big gun, but it's but that's a big gun.
And it has an even bigger disadvantage.
A great big gun operating on specially laid railway tracks is visible from the air.
Yeah, that would be very easy to bomb, wouldn't it be? Yeah.
The Gustav is easy prey for the Allied bombers.
Yeah. Yeah. Bigger is not always better. It's not the size, it's how you use it. Need a lot of hands to get Gustav going. And a lot of lube. Oh god.
Within a year, the Germans are forced to stop using it.
Next time on the Variety live streams, what will chat get me to watch next? Who knows? Check us out next time. Same rat time. Same rat channel. Please follow on Twitch if you want to see these live. If you like this video, please like and subscribe on YouTube. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for your time.